granted.
Thank you so much. So anyone who may testify at any date, please step out at this time.
Sir, can you please be seated? I have, for the record, received a request and notice for film and electronic media coverage of court proceedings from a number of different media outlets. I'm not going to read those into the record, but you're aware of them. If there's any questions, ask it now. Otherwise, we're going to just proceed.
I am aware. I do not have any questions.
Same for the defense, Judge.
All right. Are the people prepared to proceed at this time?
We are prepared.
Is the defense prepared to proceed at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any stipulations for the record?
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor, yes, there are. After speaking with defense counsel, it is the people's understanding that the defense will stipulate that if Thomas Gorup, G-O-R-U-P, were to testify today, that he would testify that he did identify the body of the deceased Ms. Anna Gorup as his sister at the Wayne County morgue.
That's true, Judge.
Additionally, the people have spoken to defense counsel, and we have another stipulation, and that would be to the testimony of the medical examiner, and in lieu of the testimony, the people would move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 1, which is the report prepared by the medical examiner, that being Dr. Francisco Diaz. And if he were here, he would testify that the cause of death was strangulation and blunt trauma to the head, and that the manner of death was homicide.
Judge, we will so stipulate for exam purposes only.
So we move for the admission of People's 1.
No objection.
The stipulation is noted in the record, and the report, People's Exhibit Number 1, will be admitted into evidence.
Thank you.
Can I just have the prosecutor, can you spell your name for me?
Rubio, R-U-B as in boy, I-O.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Call your first witness.
Thank you. The people call Sergeant Lawrence.
Morning.
Good morning.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Have a seat and state your name.
My name is Sergeant Paul Lawrence, Redford Township Police Department.
May I proceed? Thank you. Good morning. You just indicated that you are employed with the Redford Township Police. How long have you been so employed?
25 years.
And were you so employed back on September 21st of 2015?
That's correct.
Did you have occasion to respond to a location of 25015 5 Mile, apartment number 4 in Redford during the course of your duties?
Yes, I did.
And what was the nature of the run?
It was a well-being check of a female.
Do you recall the name of the female?
I do not right at this time.
It does Anna Gorup sound familiar?
Gorup, yes.
Okay. And why were you doing a well-being check?
We received a call from, I believe, her employer that said she had been at work and she's not answering her phone calls.
Sorry, she has not been at work?
Has not been at work.
Okay. And so when you responded to the location, what happened? What did you see or hear first?
Well, when I first arrived, I noticed that Miss Gorup's vehicle was parked in the parking lot, in the back parking lot behind the apartment. I then went, myself and Officer Kubrick, he was with me, we went and found the location. It's a basement apartment, so when you're standing on the ground, you're looking down into the apartment.
You can physically see into the apartment?
Well, at first we started banging on the door, and nobody answered. All the lights were on, and there was music playing, and there was a window open, and you could see into the bedroom from this window. there was no screen. It was just an open window. There was some blinds, and so I started calling for her to see if she was home.
Okay, what happened next?
Well, I was calling for her, saying Redford Police, calling for her name, and I could see in the room, and now this is below me, there's a bed, and then there's a hallway, and what appears to be, two directions of a hallway. One was a bathroom, and the other one was a living room. So I can see inside the room, music's playing, and I noticed there's several large, what appears to be blood stains on the floor to the left of the bed. The bed was in a corner over here.
Okay.
The blood...
Over where?
I'm sorry?
I wasn't watching you. You said over here. Over where?
Just to my right.
Okay.
So these blood stains, what appear to be blood stains, seem to have some type of solvent, or like if you were trying to clean up, you squirt.
I'm going to object. This is speculation at this point. He's speculating as to whether it's blood. He's speculating as to whether or not it's a solvent.
Ask another question.
So, I'm sorry, you indicated that you saw, what made you think that this was suspected blood? Let me ask you that.
It was the color of blood.
Okay. And a moment ago, you indicated that there appeared to be something with the blood?
Yeah, something
Why
was...
did you think that?
It appeared that something was sprayed on it that made it look kind of foamy.
Okay. What else did you observe?
Well, at that time, we were still banging on the door, and so I thought, well, we're going to probably go in and see if she's in there, being as that her car was there and nobody's seen her. So I was waiting for other units to arrive because I wanted some more people there with me if we were going to go in there.
What happened next?
A couple other units showed up. 3 other officers showed up, so it was myself, Kubrick, and 3 others. And when I called them up to the window to show them what I had seen, there was one of the stains, that was in the hallway, seemed to have been covered up with like a blanket or a comforter. And then I saw a male peek around the corner at me. So I yelled for him, and he kind of acted surprised, and I said, Redford Police, and he came to the window, so I'm looking down at him, because I'm up on it's a basement apartment.
So did the two of you make eye contact?
We did.
Okay. What happened then?
I yelled at him and said, come here, and he came walking up to me, and I said, what are you doing in there? And he didn't really say anything. He looked kind of confused, and then he asked me, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm looking for a female. And I didn't really know what he was saying because the music was playing. So I said, I can't hear you. Come outside. So he came outside. He walked out the side door.
Where is the window in relation to the door?
The building is on a hill. So the door is carved out on on the normal parking lot, and then, you know what I mean, there's like a berm goes up, so it's still a basement apartment, but the ground was carved out so the door can open. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And where is the window, and how far away in feet is the window from the door?
Probably about 10 feet from the front, from the door.
So once you saw the defendant, or at the window, you asked him to come outside? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And how much time passed from the time he was at the window to when he came outside?
Just right after I told him.
Okay. And do you see that person in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Could you please point to him and tell us something he's wearing?
The gentleman in the white button-up collar shirt.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant, Dexter Williams.
The record will reflect the identification of the defendant, Williams.
Thank you. And did he physically come outside?
He did.
Okay. What happened next?
I began to speak with him, and I asked him if he knows Miss Gorup, and he said, yeah, that's my girlfriend. And he said we had gotten into an argument the night before, and she's throwing me out, and I have to get my stuff, and I was going to leave.
Okay, and what happened next?
I asked him, well, where is she? Is she home? And he said no. And I said, well, we're here because her employer called and said she wasn't at work. And he said, yeah, she was at work. And I said, no, she wasn't. And then he said something like, she's not at Beverly's? Or I said, I don't know who Beverly is, but not that I know of. And so then, I don't remember exactly. I remember I think Officer Kubrick asked, well, can we go in and take a look for her?
And how did the defendant respond?
He said no. He says, I'd rather you not. I have a sick dog in there, and I'd just rather you not.
How did the defendant physically appear when you saw him?
He looked, it was dark, so I could tell that, he had some perspiration on his head, but like I said, it was really dark.
Okay.
And so then...
So after he said he'd rather you not, what happened next?
Kubrick said, well, we're not really asking now. We're going to go, And I told him that, we have to go see if she's in there. And so then...
What did he say?
He really didn't say anything. And then I shined my light on him, physically on his body.
And what did you observe?
He had some blood stains on his shirt right here.
I'm going to object to that.
I'm sorry.
What he saw, but he
I'm sorry.
Sustained.
I got it.
What? I'm sorry. So you put the flashlight so that you could see this person.
Right.
And what did you see?
He had some red stains on his stomach area, on his shirt that he was wearing.
Okay.
And he also had some on his jeans, and he had some on his shoes.
Okay, red stains.
Yes.
What happened next?
Well, once I looked at him, we looked at each other, and I said,
We looked at each other. Who?
myself and
The defendant?
the defendant.
Okay.
And we looked at each other, and I said, well, what did you say your name was again? And he said, I'm not going to tell you my name. And I said, okay, well, turn around, put your hands behind your back. We're going to secure you, for our safety. And then I had one of the officers put him in a car, and the rest of us went and knocked again, and then we entered the location.
What did you observe when you entered the location?
When we entered the location, there's a living area. Right when you walk in the door, there's a living area. And then there's a kitchen in the back. It's all one big room. And then there's a door in the very back. And then to the right of that, there's that hallway that I was talking about that goes to the bedroom and the bathroom.
Okay. And so did you proceed in?
Yes. We did notice, however, when we started to walk in that there was a heavy smell of bleach in the apartment. There was also I don't know how many, but a whole bunch of squirt bottles of like cleansers and
Were those sitting out?
Yeah, there were a couple of them on the windowsill, a couple of them on the table. They were kind of all around the house.
Okay. And what did you observe next?
I also observed that the kitchen floor, the entire kitchen floor, was soaked with bleach. It was just...
Do you mean there was actual liquid on the
There was
kitchen
liquid
floor?
on the kitchen floor.
And did it have that same
Oh yeah,
odor
it
you
was.
just described?
Yeah, it was very strong.
Okay. So where did you go after you observed the kitchen?
We kind of all started to file into the room where the stains that we saw were. And I checked the bathroom real quick. The other guys went into the bedroom. And Officer Kubrick found what appeared to be a human finger.
Let me ask you, did you observe the human finger?
I did.
Okay. Where was what appeared to be a human finger?
It was at the foot of the bed, and I was unable to see it from the window.
Okay.
It was it was at the foot of the bed. I couldn't see it from outside.
And what did you do upon observing that?
Well, I said, well, let's find her. She's here somewhere. So we started to look in closets, in the bathroom, the tub. We looked in, the front closet. There was a freezer, one of those big freezing units, and we looked in there, and there was just food in there. And then we went through the kitchen, and there's the door in the back goes to some storage. And when we opened up that door, we found the victim.
And how did she appear?
She was wrapped in what appeared to be a comforter, and wrapped in duct tape.
And
from head to about waist.
Wrapped in a comforter and duct tape?
Yeah, about to her waist.
What does that mean?
She wasn't all the way wrapped. She was exposed from the waist down.
So the duct tape was where?
The duct tape was around, the comforter was around her, and the duct tape was around the comforter.
Okay.
How did you know it was a female?
I could see her genitalia.
Okay. And was this her whole body then that you found in this? This is a closet?
It's the entranceway to some storage units.
What do you mean storage units?
It's an apartment building, so there's storage unit, like little small storage closets.
And how close was this to the apartment?
A couple of feet.
Okay. And so was this the whole body? You saw it?
I couldn't tell. I could just tell from her waist down, and it appeared that she was missing both of her legs.
Okay. Did you continue to search?
Yes.
What else did you find?
We started to look around, things that when you're looking for someone, you kind of pass by some other things that could be pertinent to your investigation. In the kitchen, next to this sink, was a blue, I don't know if you'd call it a tote, like a Tupperware, one of those big blue tubs that has the lid.
Yes. A storage container?
Like a storage container, correct.
Okay.
And the storage container had like white kitchen bags that were filled with something inside of it. And on the side of the storage tub was also, it was stained in red.
So did that cause you to look in it further?
I didn't actually touch it, but I didn't have to, because once I, started to actually look at it, there was a human foot sticking out of the tote, and it had a sock on it.
Okay, so you observed
I couldn't
that.
tell it was a foot until I really looked.
And did you look any further then after you saw that foot in the tub?
Well, the tub was full, and it appeared to have like white kitchen garbage bags full. It almost looked like it had some type of, like it was like turkey or something, it looked like possibly some more of the victim's body.
Okay, and you indicated, but you didn't look any further?
No, I did not.
And why was that?
Well, I had enough to secure the scene, call the detectives, and call my lieutenant and tell him what was going on.
Okay, so after you observed that tub, did you look any further in the apartment, or you then secured the scene?
We secured the scene.
Okay. And ultimately, detectives came out to the location?
Correct.
Okay. Was the defendant then conveyed to the police department?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any further duties after leaving the scene as it relates to this case?
Correct. Once the defendant is placed in the rear of a patrol vehicle, we have in-car video that is switched on, and it films him in the car.
Okay. Were you the one who transported him?
I was not.
Okay. And then when he's at the station, did he get booked?
Yes.
Okay. And were you the one who booked him?
No, I was not.
Is there also some kind of a video of the booking area?
Yes.
Okay. And as it relates to any of this video, did you do anything at a later date?
Well, the video has to be downloaded from the car to the computer, where our computer system consists of report writings in there, and then we scan any pictures in there, any video, anything that relates to the case we're able to put in the computer. So what I do is we have to actually download that video. So we got the video, and
Which video?
the video of him, the defendant, in the back of the police car.
Okay, and you said we. Did you got the video?
Yeah, it's on the computer. You just have to. It's really hard to explain. Once you pull into the front of the police station, there's a sensor out in front that automatically puts all your video on the computer at my desk.
Okay. And then, is in the course of your duties, do you then go to your desk and do something further?
Yes, I have to look at the video because it's an entire video of a whole shift, and I have to figure out what time it was between this time and that time. And then I take that section of the video and I label it for the detectives for their investigation.
And you label it probably for several different defendants, if it's an entire shift, as
Yes.
you just described.
Yes.
Okay. Did you, in fact, label and observe any video as it relates to this defendant?
I did.
Okay. What did you observe?
When the two officers that brought him in pulled into the police garage, the prisoner receiving garage, they have to get out of their car and they have to secure their weapons, and the weapons go in a little lockbox that, before you actually get to go into jail, there's no weapons, obviously, so they put them in a lockbox. They got out of the car and they were putting their guns away, and the video was still trained on the defendant, and he was watching them put their guns away, and he started kind of to laugh, kind of a quick laugh, and then he said,
I'm going to object at this point, Judge. There's a video that exists. Obviously, this officer didn't witness it in person. There's a video where this person is supposedly saying something, making some kind of statement that's going to be used against him. I think under the best evidence rule that the video should be played, as opposed to this officer off the top of his head saying what may or may not have been said, and certainly taking that statement out of context.
That's fine. I was trying to, for judicial economy, just have the officer who observed the statement, which is admissible pursuant to hearsay, the hearsay exception rule. It's a statement of a party opponent. And since the officer observed it, have the officer testify to that. How long is the video, officer?
I'm not really sure. A couple of minutes.
Okay. So if the court wants to just play it, I would leave it at the court's discretion. If the court wants the officer to testify to the statement.
I think his statement is admissible.
It is admissible, in my opinion.
But in deference to the best evidence, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. The officer in charge is getting it right now, is that correct?
Now we have to figure out how we turn on the video, but that's harder for us than it's just.
It's just taking care of it.
Yes.
Right, so they've got to get a computer and actually.
I have a laptop.
You could have mentioned that.
All right, so let's do this.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and finish this discussion here with this
Right.
officer, take your evidence, and then when we take a break for cross, we'll go to the video, because I'm going to have the court administrator come up and hook up the equipment.
Yes.
Okay.
I apologize, Your Honor, I didn't realize this was going to be an issue.
That's okay.
I don't have any other questions.
It's not really an issue, but let's just do it the right way.
You done that?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Cross.
Thank you, Judge. Sergeant Lawrence, you've indicated that you were doing a well-being check, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that was a result of somebody calling in?
Correct.
You didn't speak to that person, did you?
No.
So you didn't get the full flavor or context? You just were told, go out to this location and check for a person, correct?
Correct.
You didn't know how long that person may have been missing, did you?
I was told that she didn't show up for work and she's not answering her calls.
Okay. But you don't know she didn't show up an hour earlier, she was running an hour late, or was it a day late, or 2 days late? You didn't know?
No.
Okay. And you go to the location, and you look around the place, and you knock, and you eventually look through a window. It was a bedroom window, is that correct?
Correct.
And from that vantage point, you were able not only to see the bedroom, but you were able to see a hallway, and a bathroom, and a living room, is that correct?
No.
What were you able to see?
The hall-
Specifically,
the hallway.
And how much of the hallway, if you can estimate for the court, you're looking through an opening, I take it, the doorway that leads into the bedroom, true?
Yes.
Okay. So how much of that hallway can you see in terms of width?
It's probably about the width of that table right there.
Indicated for the record, 4 feet, 4.5
4 or
feet?
5 feet, yeah.
Okay. And that's all you could see at that point, the bedroom, and you saw nothing unusual in the bedroom, you saw something red on the floor in the hallway, correct?
Well, next to the bed, there was several stains and then a large one in the hallway.
Okay, so you can see all that from the window?
Correct.
Okay. And you see a person that later turns out to be Mr. Williams, correct?
Yes.
And you tell him to come outside,
Yes,
and he complies, true?
he does.
Okay. And you've indicated earlier that he didn't give you his number of rooms, one by one, side by side?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, the storage area that you looked into didn't even have a door handle on it, did it?
No.
So it was easy access, easy in and easy out. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that anybody who had an apartment there and went to their storage area could have accessed that storage area?
Yes.
Okay.
Was the storage area in their apartment, or it's like if...
There's a locked door that goes to that storage area
From the apartment?
from the apartment.
Next. At no time did Mr. I'm sorry, Judge. At no time did Mr. Williams try to flee, correct?
No, sir.
He was fully compliant, is that right?
Yes, sir.
after the video, I may have a couple more questions, but for right now, that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would just like to, since we are playing the video, I wanted to indicate that I did ask that it be marked as People's 2, and since it is a statement of a party opponent, I don't think there would be any objections.
Judge, my only objection is the best evidence rule. It's certainly an exception to the hearsay rule.
It's admissible.
Okay.
The statement is admissible. I'm not
Yeah.
ruling that it's inadmissible. I just think that we should look at the video if
Yes.
it's available.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So it's going to play on the screen.
Your Honor, if I may. Detective Sergeant Crippen from the Redford Police. This is going to take a minute. I have to install the viewer itself.
Okay.
And then open the file.
All rise.
You can be seated, thank you.
You don't see that? You guys see that, Steve?
You got it.
That would be it.
There are 4 video files total. It appears the last 2 are the ones that the prosecutor referenced specifically.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll deal with whatever. Specifically, not to play everything.
Yeah, I know.
If you show
Whatever was in the car, where he supposedly makes this statement.
first, second from the top, that is 0000. That is the file of him laughing. Okay. The 01_34 is the one where I just had started to play, where you see marking back and forth and starting to talk.
Okay.
So you just-
What are the other, I'm just curious, what are the other ones? I mean, I'm not
I don't care about
asking.
the rock.
Well, the end one is where he's writing back and forth and makes some additional statements.
That's
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So then, just play that one.
I'm just trying to figure out which is which.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Damn, this is...
So I want to go on.